Kamara starts in the slot. Passes to Thomas. He's gone. Touchdown, Saints.
That's very uncharacteristic of Michael Thomas. A cell phone that he hid prior to the game.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar with Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Krysan. Our opening clip was the Michael Thomas cell phone thing because LSU won the coin toss. We didn't have video of that. There were no other highlights, so we had to go with the video, the phone call by Thomas.
Just another in the, put the nail in the coffin.
Well,
anyway.
LSU loses to Bama.
Yes,
a game that I thought they had a shot. I thought they might win the game.
The key is don't let Bama beat you twice. So you got to bounce back and get ready for Arkansas.
No question about that.
Look, if they run the table, certainly possible. Because Arkansas is bad. Rice shouldn't even play them. Sets up a big game against Texas A&M. You win all three of those. 10-2, are you kidding me? And New Year's Six Bowl on the horizon. That's a heck of a year. If. So can't judge the season by what happened against Alabama. They're on a different stratosphere. Let's just be honest. Different stratosphere.
Well, and that's the only way you can say it. Alabama was better. Okay, if them two teams play 10 times, I think Bama wins all 10. Okay?
Yes.
So you have to get on the recruiting trail, early signing period, first Wednesday in February. You got to start beating Bama then in order to beat them.
The question is, what's more difficult? Beating Bama on the field or beating Bama in the recruiting world?
You got to do both.
One goes with the other. Well, which one's harder to do? Alabama's #1 every year except last year when Georgia was. And how did that... how's that going to affect things?
Yeah, so anyway, that's what happened, 29-0. Everybody knows about that. You made the key point. They have to turn the page. Don't let them beat you twice. 2 touchdown favorites in Fayetteville against Arkansas. Got to fly home from Fayetteville with a W. And I suggested this on the radio, Jordy. If you get a lead, don't take your foot off the pedal.
Oh, my God.
Pour it on. Get the offense some confidence. Give Joe Burrow some confidence and just put a big number on the board, and just take it to Arkansas.
Haven't thrown a touchdown pass in 4 games. That's interesting. But if ever, it's the old cliche, but this one resonates so loudly on this one. LSU's offense has to do something early in the game. They've got to get, like you said, some confidence, and they've got to let Arkansas know, okay, we really aren't as good as LSU, and we're going to be 0-6 in league play after this one. They can't let Arkansas hang around. They've got to get off to a good start.
The College Football Playoff Committee rankings came out late Tuesday because college hoops got going. Tigers, to many surprise, #7, the highest ranked 2-loss team. They run the table. You see on your screen that they're #7. Georgia, they've beaten. Oklahoma's right there.
No shot.
There's no shot of getting in the top 4 unless the sky really falls.
No shot.
But that's still the respect for the body of work of LSU.
It shows you how highly they respect Alabama, who you lose 29-0 at home. But LSU has 3 wins over top 25 teams. Ohio State has 1. West Virginia has 1. Washington State has none. So LSU's got more wins, 3, than those other 3 1-loss teams combined. So you put it all in the hopper, that's fine. But LSU's not going to get to the playoff. It's just not going to happen. But a New Year's Six Bowl is certainly within the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, no question about that. Sugar Bowl's not out the picture either.
Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl, Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, but Sugar Bowl would be great.
Yep.
And there's some scenarios where that could unplay. We'll let them go play the games. Now, as we mentioned, this Saturday night, they're in Fayetteville against Arkansas. It's supposed to be cold.
Yes.
It's supposed to be very cold for the game, which you've been to Fayetteville many a time when it was very cold.
Nasty.
It's LSU, Arkansas, 6:30 kick. By the way, the remaining 3 games for LSU are all a 6:30 kick. And we'll have the Pelican Sports postgame show live here at Scoreboards. Live at Scoreboards. We did that last week. So if you come watch the game, LSU, Arkansas, hang around. Buddy Sarge and I'll do the postgame show right here.
Here's something to think about. And this is what we talk about. Don't let Alabama beat you twice. LSU's been on the biggest stage in college football against Georgia and against Alabama. Now they're going on the road. People are talking basketball now. They're not as much talking about football. And they're not on the major network. They're on the SEC network. So it's kind of like a drop down. So it's got to have the coaching staff and the leadership of this team have to do a great job of selling the fact that there's 3 more games left. And you play them to the fullest, and you try to get as many wins as you can, and it's a heck of a season. But they can't let Bama beat them twice.
No, I agree 100%. Speaking of basketball, Will Wade's team gets off to the season on a good start with the win over the Lions of Southeastern, who will be competitive in their Southland Conference. Right. But nice win coming out the gate with all the new guys for Will Wade.
Much more talent, much more depth, much more size. And Nazarene's pretty good. He's a pretty good player. He's going to be a factor. He's a big 6'9", 6'10" kid that can handle it, can shoot from outside, can take it to the rim. But they have really good, solid guard play. And I've always said in college basketball, and the way the game is played now, if you've got guard play, one, they only had 9 turnovers in the game, which is under their goal of 10. They had 14 assists. They had 6 players in double figures, so they're sharing the basketball. So it's a good sign. However, caveat, you got to wait and see when they come up against good competition. Plain and simple. We saw Duke against. Did you see Duke?
I did not. I know you kind of paid attention to that one a little bit, huh? I heard some things
Let's put it this way.
About Zion Williamson.
They had the top 3 recruits in high school basketball that signed with Duke. Kentucky scored 84 points last night against Duke. The 3 recruits scored 83. 83. They beat Kentucky by 34. Calipari's doing this. What? What? What am I? That's supposed to be me. I got all the one and dones. What's Duke doing?
I hear this Williamson kid.
He's pretty good.
There's only one guy on an NBA roster
weighs more than
him.
He's about 6'6", 6'7", 285, 42-inch vertical, can handle it, can dribble it, can shoot it.
And he played high school last year?
Played high school. And
did they lose? I hope not.
Regardless, they may have, what's scary, they may have the top 3. They'll have 3 players drafted in the top 5 of the NBA.
Well, then they should win the NCAA title, right?
They have a possibility. It's very difficult. They could do what the only other team that the last team to do it was Bobby Knight with Indiana, and that's run the table. Very difficult playing in the ACC. Very difficult, but I don't know who's going to beat them.
Let's tell you what else we got on this week's edition of Tigers Roar tonight. Is we're here at Scoreboards. You're invited out each and every Wednesday, approximately 5:30 when we tape this show. If you can't make it on a certain Wednesday, we're going to be here every Wednesday. Come on out. We'll hear from Coach Orgeron. First-year Arkansas coach Chad Morris. By the way, his defensive coordinator is John Chavis, one-time LSU coach. We got some Tiger players. We'll hear from Will Wade.
What, that prevent guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Prevent us from winning?
We'll also,
I'm sorry, Chief. I love you, Chief. I'm sorry.
We'll also connect with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. We talked about when they beat Georgia, how it helped recruiting. We got to ask him what's up in the recruiting world this week. So Mike will join us via the phone. Now, before we go to break, something to tell you about this Saturday, all day long, game day tailgating here at Scoreboards. $1 draft beer all day long. $1 nachos with chili and cheese.
He's going to be there.
Okay, until that LSU game kicks off, and then it's a watch party, 6:30 for LSU Arkansas. Sunday, all you can eat tailgate barbecue. The Saints play at 12 noon Sunday in Cincinnati. All day tailgate barbecue. It's Kids Day. 12 and under eat free all day. Family friendly here at Scoreboards. Connect on social media. All this information will be blasted out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Connect with Scoreboards. We're on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest.
Des Bryant going to catch a pass?
How about
Sunday?
Des Bryant?
I love it. Saints are all in. Super Bowl or bust.
1-year contract. Des Bryant, another target for Drew Brees.
Which means, one, He's going to give everything he's got because he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. He wants to strike gold again. Number 2, 6'2", 220, big physical receiver. Doesn't have to be the primary guy. Be a decoy. Don't let him bracket Michael Thomas the whole time. I love it.
A former first-round pick.
And by the way, you could catch a pass from Drew Brees because he'd throw it right between your face masks and get stuck right there, and you just run or walk slowly.
What receiver would not want to run a route with Brees as the quarterback? Or he's getting conversation for league MVP this year.
Oh, he should be 70-something%.
Jordy, we couldn't get in the parking lot of school boards and complete 70%.
How good would LSU be if they had a quarterback that could throw 60%? And he's over 70 every week.
How about throw a touchdown pass?
Easy. Well,
easy. Let's take a break, come back. We'll let you hear from Coach Ed Orgeron. We're at Scoreboards. Connect on social media and find out about all the things that are happening here. 7 days a week, open at 11 a.m. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Krysan, spreading the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Going golfing. Ooh. Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Whoa. Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside in Gonzales.
Desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
Continue with this week's edition of Tigers Roar. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Chrysan. As we said, it's time, as Bob Seger would say, turn the page.
I don't want to hear anything more about it.
It's over with.
Yep.
Don't worry about Alabama. Got to focus on Arkansas.
Correct.
Point that has to be made. This is going to be a big game for the Arkansas folks. They're not going to a bowl game. Right. They'd like nothing more than to beat a team that's ranked 7th in the playoffs, 9th, 10th in the coaches' AP poll, and it's their rivalry. It's not LSU's rivalry, but to Arkansas Razorback fans, the game with LSU's big. Yep. This is going to be, they're going to throw their best punch. LSU's got to be ready to play 60 minutes of football.
Coach O came out blatantly and said, Alabama is our rival, nobody else. Right. But for Arkansas, this is huge. It's the Golden Boot, and nobody wants to be over in the league, and that's what they are right now. They don't have many more opportunities, so we'll see. Usually we play them in Little Rock. That was a huge game in Little Rock, but now they're keeping it on campus, bigger, better stadium in Fayetteville.
And again, they're not going to a bowl game, so
no, they're not going
this
anywhere.
Is going to be their game of the year for Arkansas. Hey, that's what it is. We're going to now let you hear from Coach Orgeron, his weekly press conference a little bit earlier this week out on the campus of LSU. Here's Tiger head football coach Ed Orgeron.
Welcome, guys. Hey, what a great crowd. What a great Tiger Walk. I want to thank our fans. A tremendous atmosphere. They did everything that we asked them to do. Was very proud of our fans and the Tiger Walk and the whole atmosphere going into the game. After review of the film, an extensive review all day yesterday, number one, coach better. I'll start with me. Coach better. Put our guys in better position. Schemes could have been better. I know our guys did a good job for the most part, but there are some things that we could have done better for our team. That was number one. Number two is execute better. There was some execution that wasn't done, and it cost us. You can't do it against a good team like Alabama. Number three, on the offensive defensive line, we have to be better in terms of building more depth, increasing the number of quality players that we already have. That was evident during the game. We have 24-hour rule, press on to Arkansas. Now on to Arkansas. We look forward to this trip. Look forward to going up to Fayetteville, Arkansas to play Coach Morris and his team. On offense, they're very good on offense. They're averaging 26 points a game. They're spread. They have a very good scheme. Ty Story is an excellent quarterback. Rakeem Boyd, a junior college transfer, the leading rusher. He is explosive, and he makes a lot of plays. He is a very, very good back. On defense, they're giving up 33 points a game. Armand Watts is a very good football player, already has 7 sacks. Deshaun Scooter Harris from right here at John Ehret High School leads the team in tackles, 67 tackles, a very good middle linebacker. And on special teams, they're very solid. Now, we look forward to Tell the Truth Monday today, 24-hour rule and press it on to Arkansas. I totally expect our team to bounce back and have an excellent week. Any questions?
Coach, did you get an explanation on the targeting call with Grant? And then the second part, with that and Devin, obviously, do you plan to change maybe how you teach it or coach it during the week or make guys more aware of it?
Yeah, well, we talked to the team about it, of not leading with our helmet, obviously. We teach the technique near shoulder, near foot, near shoulder. They told me that he hit him with his shoulder pad, so they overturned the call on the field, and that was the explanation.
You know, you mentioned, coach better was the first thing that came out. Does anything kind of jump out or come to mind about with that?
I think it was ready to go. There were some new things thrown at us. Open date, that's going to happen. I thought we made some adjustments for the most part. Some of them, it took us a little while longer to make the adjustments. Just things like that.
Ed, over here. Do you have any update on John Battle, and do you think there's a chance he could practice or play this week?
Yeah, John's questionable. I'd say he's 50-50.
Coach, I think what a lot of people were disappointed about is that, you know, Alabama, Arkansas scored 31 points, Tennessee scored 21, Texas A&M scored 23. I mean, those games weren't as competitive as your game, but with a extra week to prepare and everything, were you just disappointed that the way the offense?
Very well. We all disappointed, no question. And again, we could have coached better, we could have executed better. Line of scrimmage struggled at times. No, we got to get them more help.
Well, maybe just a quick follow-up, Coach. You've played him 3 times now, and touchdowns have been really hard to come by. I mean, now do you have really a volume of work to look at? Is it scheme? Is it players? Or what do you think?
I think it's a combination of both. You know, we have scheme, protection. Again, you know, we broke down in protection. Again, sometimes we had max protection; they beat double teams. So we got to get better at that. We got to learn how to run the football against them. Obviously, only 12 yards. Rushing, that's not going to win any football game, and that's not our strength.
Ed, you were very good in scoring touchdowns in the red zone early in the season, the first 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
The last 4 or 5 kind of dropped off scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything that's kind of?
Yeah, guys are changing their coverage on us. They know what we're doing. We have to be, like I said, we have to be more creative. We have to run the football. We have to do a couple of different things. We had some plans to be a little bit more creative in the red zone, but they changed their coverage. And some of the routes that we were going to run, we couldn't run against their coverage.
Ed, over here again. I think you guys are 7-0 under you after you've lost a game. How do you keep one loss from spiraling and kind of getting the team to focus on the next week?
You know, again, you know, today's an important day. I have to be my best today, and we had a meeting with the staff today. We got to let it go. There's a lot of hurt people in that building. There's a lot of hurt people on our football team. I understand that. This is a very big game for everybody involved in the state of Louisiana, but we have to let it go. We have the 24-hour rule, and we need to press on to Arkansas, and I do believe we're going to do that.
And the competition in the last 4 games has all been ranked, but you have 0 passing touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Is there a disconnect, you think, with the quarterbacks and receivers? Is it the play calling? What part of that needs to be better specifically?
You know, we need to look at that. We need to look at what's going on. Obviously, we are. We looked at it extensively yesterday. It has a lot to do with the defenses that we're playing. But again, it all starts with protection first. It all starts with catching the football. And those are the things that we're looking at right now.
Ed, down here, you hinted this about how it's important for you today. I mean, what's going to be your message to the team? Because obviously, you know, they heard about, you know, you heard what you said after the game. So what's going to be your message? Yeah. How you're going to address the players so they're mentally, they're still ready to go?
Well, first thing I tell my team is to block out the noise. And we address the things that we need to address within the meeting. And I have a very close relationship with all of my players. And there are some things that we're going to address today, and I think we're going to be fine.
Hi, Coach. I'm here. You know, how did Steve react to the game against Alabama, 2 times against Alabama, and just, you know, not getting any points in both?
He was disappointed, obviously very disappointed, and you know, there's nobody who wants to do it better than Steve and wants to try, but he was very disappointed, obviously. And
Coach, in the middle, with only 3 games left in the regular season, have y'all given any thought about giving Miles Brennan some reps?
You know, Miles Brennan is ready to go every game. The time that we could give him some reps, I asked him, and he was just nursing a slight injury. Then all of the other games have been so tight that we just kept Joe in there. There's 3 games to go. There are several players that can get more reps and still get redshirted. But I do want to put him in at the right time. I don't want to put him at the wrong time. And I want to make sure that he's ready to go in. But again, if Joe would get hurt, he's going in. He's our quarterback, and I believe in him.
And you guys kind of shuffled right tackles during the game. You took Garrett out at some point. Were those all just performance-based, or any of those guys hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, one's strong against the run, one's strong against the pass. And obviously, both of them are struggling at times. So we're going to keep that competition open this week and see who plays better and see what you know, we're just digging into Arkansas. We got to see what we have to protect. See their defensive line, which is really good. They have some good pass rushers. So we have to see which one suits us best. Yeah, is that what you said? Yeah, I was talking about that and left guard. Well, I was talking about right tackle one thing at a time. All right, then left guard. Obviously Garrett's our starter, and but we do believe in Sadiq, and we're going to give. You know, Garrett just came back. There was some rustiness, and obviously, but he's a really good player. He's a good leader for us, and I think that the more he plays, the better he's going to become.
Coach, you talked about blocking out the noise and everything. This week is probably going to be the exact opposite of last week in terms of hype and excitement, and maybe pretty cold up there as well. Things like that. I mean, you went up there in 2016 and really dominated. I mean, those kind of things. Yeah, we're going to prepare this team. You know, we go to play in any elements. We went to play in the elements in Auburn, Alabama. It was a different element, obviously. But we got to be mentally tough. This team's got to be mentally tough. We got a lot to play for, man. This is a big game for us in terms of where we want to go, in terms of how strong we can finish, in terms of if we do finish strong, where we can end up, the things that we can do. So there's a lot of great things in this football. We're 7-2 now, and we have a chance to have an excellent season. And that's what we're going to look at, and we're going to use that as a motivational tool.
Jordy, after a loss, everybody is a little bit different. There's a different feeling in the air, but it must be pointed out, LSU under Ed Orgeron has not lost 2 games in a row.
Very important. So he came out and said, this is my most important week as a coach. I have to motivate. I've got to get my coaches up off the mat, first and foremost, and then my players bounce back quickly. They just do. Grown-up adults, it takes a longer time.
But the players,
fan base takes a longer time.
They're going to feed off the vibes of the coach.
No
so
question.
When the coaches hit the practice field on Monday, they had to be amped up. Arkansas, Razorback, you know, they had to be fired up. Road trip, because that's what has to go to the players, because they're going to feed off of the coaches.
No question about that. That's where your leadership comes in, and nobody more fired up than Ed Orgeron.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to let you hear from Chad Morris. He's in his first year as the head coach of the Razorbacks. He was at SMU prior to coming to Fayetteville, and he's got John Chavis as the defensive coordinator. When we come back, Chad Morris, head coach of the Razorbacks, here on Tigers Roar from Scoreboards, where Saturday is all-day game day. Starting at 11 a.m., dollar draft beer, dollar chili, Fritos with nachos and cheese. Sunday to all-day tailgating where kids under 12 eat free. Saturday, Sunday, you got to be at Scoreboards. There's 20 TVs here, including the big video wall. We're going to put it all over social media. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'll be back with more after this pause. Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Relief Window. Experience Relief Window.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
We continue with Tigers Roar. The Arkansas Razorbacks, 2-7 overall, 0-5 in league play. They're not going to a bowl game. I'm sure there's a little patience up there because Chad Morris is in his first year as head coach with the Razorbacks.
Got to get his players to fit his system.
And rich tradition with Arkansas football. There's not a lot to do in Arkansas, but they do love their Razorback football, suey pig, whatever they like to yell.
It's a beautiful state. Beautiful mountains and lakes.
Oh, it's
and
beautiful
it's
place.
beautiful,
But,
beautiful.
You know. So anyway, we've got still to come in a little while, Mike Scarborough at TigerBait.com with a LSU recruiting update. But right now, here's the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Chad Morris.
Good to be back. It's great to be back. And it's great to be a Razorback. I'm excited to be back in here, and much needed bye week. Last week gave us an opportunity to get better. You know, we got some guys healed up, got a chance to get our legs back up underneath us, and kind of take a deep breath from just the grind that these guys have been in, that the coaching staff has been in since late July, early August. And had an opportunity last week to focus on ourselves, which is the message, and the message isn't going to change. And a lot of live work with a lot of young players and continue their development. But excited to be back in here. Got in here last night, or yesterday afternoon, with meetings, and for an opportunity this week, the Battle of the Boot, rivalry game. It's a great opportunity for our program, for the seniors. It's senior night. It's a night game, so there's a lot of excitement. And as we came out on the field yesterday and being a part of this, so excited to get going and get back out on the field tomorrow for our second practice of the week. So with that, I'll open up.
guess, Chad, assume you watched the Alabama-LSU game. What was your take on LSU, and especially what do you think, how do you think they'll handle coming off a shutout?
Well, I think, first of all, I did. I had an opportunity to watch it. You know, it was two extremely talented teams that, I mean, that was a ball game. That was a slugfest, and I think you saw what I saw was guys just laying everything they had on the field, and I know that we'll get their absolute best. They'll get our best this week, and that's what we asked for. The one thing I can control is ourselves and focus on the Arkansas Razorbacks, but we know that they'll come back in here and be ready to go for this week against us.
Just with Greenlaw or Cornelius, some of the walking wounded, just what's their status this week?
Yeah, we expect them to play. They were out on the field last night, and they were in green, so we anticipate them being ready to go full speed for tomorrow's practice.
And also just among the younger players you scrimmaged last week, anybody stand out? And also just how much more will you do with them as this couple of weeks go on?
Yeah, you know, Nate, we'll continue to develop these guys as we always do. And, you know, over the next several weeks of practice, we've got a time set up after practice to continue their development in full pads and a lot of live work with them. You know, guys that stood out, obviously Joe Fouché, some defensive guys, Day-Day Bishop, Isaiah Nichols. Derek Munson had a good week last week and had a big scrimmage last night with these guys. D. Edwards is another one. And offensively, you know, Connor Nolan, John Stephen Jones were two guys that got the majority of the reps. Last week, as far as the development of our young guys and the scrimmaging, Silas Robinson, Coylin Jackson caught a big pass last night and, for a big gain. So Ryan Winkle and Shane Clennon. So we're trying to push these guys, and you know, now that we know we're not going to a bowl, the development in a bowl practice, those 15 extra practices are so much a part of developing your young guys, and so we've got to find a way now to add a little bit to it. You know, obviously we've cut practice back just a little bit with some of our older guys, the high rep guys, and then use the latter part of that for a lot of scrimmaging, a lot of good on good with the younger guys.
You've had success coming off bye weeks, you know, early in your career. What has been the key for you, and how much do you go back to that when you prepare with your team this week?
Yeah, you know, we talked to our staff, talked to our players, excuse me, about a change of a place, and a change of pace is a change of perspective too. And so, you know, and every one of the bye weeks that we've come off of is just to kind of step back and reflect. And you know, as I wasn't going to watch any ball Saturday, but there was something missing Saturday, and you know, it was more than just sitting in the woods. It was, you know, once got inside and turned the TV on, you know, you just wanted to go watch some games, and then once you started watching the games, it was like, man, I can't wait to get back out on that field and compete. That's where we should be, and you know, getting back in here last night, talking to our players felt the same way. So, you know, I think a lot of it is how you handle the bye week, the open week, and making sure that you know, especially as late as we are, it'd be different if our open week was in the middle of the year. We would have done a lot more good on good. We did good on good last week, but it wasn't as much as what you would expect. And so, more of just trying to get our legs back up underneath us and kind of get just a freshness about us again. Take a deep breath, and that's what we did. And the energy level is extremely high, and guys know that this is it, senior night. This is our last time in that stadium, and so, you know, we want to make sure that we continue to focus on ourselves and getting better.
As you toured the state after you got the job and went around to the Razorback clubs, did you get a sense from the fans that one game stood out more than any other? Where does the LSU game rank in the feedback that you've gotten from fans?
Well, there was no question that this game stood out among, you know, my traveling circuit that I went through. This was a big talking point, this game. And so you got a sense real quick that this was a big rival game. You knew that. I knew that coming in. And so, absolutely.
You mentioned last night a scrimmage. Can you talk about maybe how many plays, who all was involved? Was it just the younger guys, how long you went, that kind of thing?
Yeah, you know, we went about 20 minutes. We did some individual, did some other things, and then we scrimmaged them up, went live with it. So yeah, we did that last night. We'll do it again next Sunday night, and then we did it 3 times last week, to where these guys had a chance to. They haven't gotten full speed or full live work. Kind of go ahead and start that development of those young guys. So, yeah, we did that, and enough to have several groups.
Hey, Chad, I mean, obviously the players need a break physically and mentally. For the coaches, how important is an open date for you guys, especially when it's been a tough season?
Well, you know, it is. It's especially when your bye week is as late as ours has been. It's important just to change the routine just a little bit, just get away from it. You know, had coaches out on the road Thursday night and into Friday, and at games all over last Friday night. So just a change of your routine, and then Saturday we gave everybody off, so coaches had a chance to stay home with their families. So that was big, and you know, get back in here on Sunday, and as we talked to our players about, you know, we had 20 days remaining, so we're going to sign a 1-day contract for 20 days, 20 days in a row.
It's hard from watching the game in the press box to see what a left guard is doing or a center is doing on every play. How would you evaluate what his season has looked like and what he's meant in the locker room, too?
Well, he's a tremendous leader for our football team. He's voted as a team captain by his peers, which is huge. That's a big deal. So I think that says enough about what he means in our locker room. On the field, you know, as an offensive lineman, if your name's not being called, that's a good thing. But he definitely has backed that up. Just his toughness. His leadership style, his ability to just communicate and help those younger guys in the offensive line, and just what he demands in the meeting rooms too. So, in his work ethic, his demeanor has not changed through the course of this season. I mean, he's been very, very rock solid, and that's what you got great respect for him.
Have you learned anything about Denmark from him? Picked up anything?
Yeah. You know, he's tried to talk it a little bit to me, but I can't speak it, but he can, and so no, he's a phenomenal leader, one of the better leaders I've been around.
Coach, back to the younger players, Silas, where have you got him playing, and Winkle, just positions, what they're doing, and some of those other guys in the offensive line, what you see going forward? I mean, we may not see them in games, but.
Well, you know, it's unfortunate that Ryan had the injury that he had that first week he was here, but came back after the surgery and has really progressed. He's working some right tackle and doing some good things, getting a lot of work on scout team. And Silas has been working center and guard, so that's been good. You know, we'd like to transition him to a center, but he's been able to work both over there on our scout team. You know, these guys are also going through, you know, what we call our Power Hour program, which is just a really accelerated weight program. You know, while these other guys are in meetings, you know, our Power Hour group is in the weight room, getting stronger, working on their development in that weight room, which a lot of young players need. They need that core strength. And what we found is it really accelerates them moving forward for the spring ball.
I guess other injuries like Pat and Whaley, K-Rich, what's going on with those?
We anticipate K-Rich being back. Jeremy is not ready, and Devois, we ran him last week. We'll continue to evaluate him this week to see. We think he's getting close.
I mean, I'm sure you've met him at some meetings. Just wondering if you know him at all, if you ever faced him. Just kind of what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I've known Coach for a long time. Matter of fact, he's had a couple of my players that played for him. Jevin Sneed played for him when he was at Ole Miss, and so I've known Coach Ogeron for a while.
What do you think about him?
I think he's a phenomenal coach, an unbelievable recruiter, a great motivator. I think you can see how hard his players play for him.
We continue with Tigers roar Chad Morris. Like you said, they're going to throw their best punch. I don't think they're good enough to beat LSU. Tigers are a 2-touchdown favorite in Fayetteville.
Just take care of business. Get out the gate in a good fashion. Put some points on the board early. Let Arkansas know you're here, and they'll fade away in the wayside.
We're at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard between Airline and Sherwood Forest. Scoreboards, connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We told you about the all-day game day tailgating Saturday with the dollar draft beers, the dollar nachos with chili and cheese. Don't forget the boiled snow crabs, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. You've had them.
Fabulous.
Or boiled shrimp, corn, sausage, potatoes with them, the whole bit. Again, connect on social media. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to connect with Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Breaking news on a 2020 commitment for the Tiger football team. We're back with that after this pause as Jordy
crawfish etouffee
eats up the crawfish etouffee.
Out of this world. Excuse me, but
we're right back. Stay with us.
Out of this world.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Oh, great party.
Oh, thanks for coming, guys.
Better get that car warmed up.
I'm on it.
I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too. Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine.
Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Roar here at Scoreboards. Jordy's cleaning up the crawfish etouffee, and we are joined by Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Mike, good evening. How are you?
Hey, glad to be with you.
Hey, I saw on your Twitter you got breaking news about a 2020 commitment.
Yeah, Coach Orgeron comes out in the postgame Saturday night and says we got to get better on the offensive and defensive lines, and one of the kids in attendance was one of the top kids in Texas for 2020. Cortland Ford pulled the trigger on his LSU commitment tonight, and he's a big one at 6'6", 305 pounds, and committed LSU over offers from Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, TCU, and many others. So we kind of knew this was going down. I talked to him yesterday, and the kid just absolutely fell in love with LSU during his visit on Saturday. So you don't necessarily have to win a football game like that. It's all the other factors that come into play. And I think when you look at the 19 class of offensive linemen that you have right now, and what Coach Craig is out, hitting the bricks for 20, and he's going to have to do it out of state, I believe, because there's not a whole bunch in Louisiana. I think the offensive line is going to be fine. There's going to need to be a lot more focus on the defensive line.
Which takes me to our next point. We saw the impact possibly of the Georgia win with John Emery decommitting from Georgia, and that started all kinds of talk about that. There's two players from A-Meet that LSU and Alabama are both after, and you talked about defensive line. What's the latest on Ismail Sopsher, in your opinion?
Well, look, he's going to go to the second signing period, so you've got time there. But I also think that you probably need to be, looking at other defensive linemen and bringing them in for official visits, as well as some rush-in types. 2020 in Louisiana is stacked with defensive linemen. Jaquelin Roy, who's already committed. You got Jacoby Guillory at Alexandria. But you need to get some more defensive linemen, with right now not knowing what you're going to get from Davin Cotton or Nelson Jenkins and some of the other guys that are on the roster that we haven't seen a whole lot from, including whether Tyler Shelvin is going to end up giving you anything at all. So to me, that's the. It's almost like a broken record where you're seeing things one way for the first couple of months of the season, and then when you face Alabama, it's all of a sudden you get shook up, and you get that same feeling that you've gotten every year for the last handful of years, which they're distancing themselves from you in the trenches, and that's where it rears its head. You can get away with it against your other opponents on the schedule, but you just can't against Alabama if you have any hopes of beating them.
And then you saw the quarterback play, and we've been saying this forever and ever and ever a day. And Tua is so good, and LSU needs to upgrade that position again. I hate to say it, but they do, and it's not a knock on. But if they want to compete at a championship level, they got to get better. What is the latest on that?
And Jordy, and look, I'm a guy that thinks Ed Orgeron should be SEC Coach of the Year, and I'm saying that whether he wins at A&M to finish out or not. I think they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But I still think what was plaguing Les Miles is still the question mark under Ed Orgeron, and is can they go out nationally and recruit a national quarterback?
Right.
Can they go out nationally and recruit national defensive linemen? And right now, you would have to say the answer is no.
Well, look,
the offensive lineman Bradford from Michigan, who's a big timer. So you're doing it with the offensive lineman because Coach Craig it looks to be a fantastic recruiter. But do you have coaches that recruit your quarterbacks and your defensive linemen if if you've only just got guys that guys in the business will call, well, he's just a guy? Or can you go to Richmond, Virginia, or Winter Park, Florida, or, you know, Salt Lake City, or wherever they are, and get that Glenn Dorsey type of defensive lineman if you've got multiple years consecutive where Louisiana just doesn't have them?
Well, what was so eye-opening to me, you take everything, and I'm just going to stake on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback position, they were better. Running back position, they were better. Wide receiver position, they were better. Offensive line, they were better. They're just better across the board.
Yeah, well, when LSU has beaten Alabama, or it's either been, could have went either way, or it came down to one play, and you're looking at all 22 positions on the field, you've got to be able to count more than 2 or 3 players on your team that are starters that are better than them.
Right.
You've got to be almost even or a little bit better, and that's the rub. You know, it's, you know, and that was the thing under Les Miles as well. If you were interested in Tua, if you watched all the film of every quarterback nationally, and you had him as the best quarterback in the country that year, would you even have made an attempt because he was in Hawaii?
Well, that's the question.
To me, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Certainly there was a Lane Kiffin connection there, and there's always, you know, some different things, but, you know, we've gone a number of years where Louisiana just has not produced national quarterbacks. So, and that's always been the thing. Well, what attracts them to your school? If they're not homegrown, what's going to get them to Baton Rouge?
Right.
Well, you have to have an assistant coach that's got a personality. They have to like your offense. They have to, you know, like what you're doing and have seen success of your quarterbacks. Well, you've gone numbers of years until Joe Burrow, where you haven't had a string of quarterbacks that have had success. It's been a graveyard. So, I don't know. It's a chicken or the egg thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah. All right.
Well, and of course, the early signing period, Mike, you said some guys are going to wait. But, you know, that's 6 weeks away, basically. I mean, that's right around.
It'll be here before you know it.
It's right around the corner.
Yep. And look, and that's the whole thing with the running back situation. You know, John Emery, you know, we'll see how far Destrehan goes in the playoffs. I mean, they're a really good team. They're probably going to go as far as you can go. We'll see if they end up winning it. And then he wants to take 1 or 2 visits before the first period, and then he wants to stack up the rest of them in January.
So he's not going to wait. He's going to wait till the first Wednesday in February.
If I'm Ed Orgeron, I'm doing my darndest to try and convince him to sign in the first period. Because the last thing I'd want to do is only have one running back, lose out on Noah Cain to Texas or wherever because he's signing in the first period, and then something happened and you end up with only one running back.
Well, that falls on coach and the staff, Orgeron and his staff's desk. They got to get it done. They know what they need. Mike, they came out of spring practice. Coach O said, I need a quarterback and a kicker. He went and got it. Well, after the game the other night, I think as he said, he knows what he needs. Now you got to go get it.
Yeah. And look, look, you don't want to just all of a sudden act like it's. I mean, everything they've touched all year long has really been fruitful. So, you know, it's just the Alabama thing. It just knocks the wind out of a lot of people. But they've got a lot of good stuff going on, and I think they're going to finish strong. But they got some work to do.
Pardon the pun, but that's the elephant in the room.
It definitely is, and I don't know what it's going to take, but it all starts with recruiting, and you just can't sit back and only live off Louisiana. I mean, because we're looking at it right now for 20. You got 4 tonight, but I mean, we're looking around the state for the class of 2020 for offensive linemen. You got the Van Pran kid at Warren Easton. But what else is out there? I don't see the numbers, so they got to go out of state. Well, Coach Craig's doing it. So, but are they willing to do that and go wherever it takes to get the players? And You really haven't seen them out on the road a whole lot on Friday nights this fall.
Well, they know what they got to do. They got to get it done. Hey, Mike, tell us all about TigerBait.com. Basketball has started with a win last night. I know you guys are covering it all, including recruiting. Tell us about TigerBait.com.
That's it. $1 gets you the site for a month. We've got loads of basketball coverage, basketball recruiting, football recruiting. Brian did a nice piece today breaking down the offensive and defensive line classes in the past handful of years, where it stands and how they are where they are and what needs to get better. And plus our all-day chat every Wednesday. Lots of footage on all the recruits on LSU's board. We've got it all for you at TigerBait.com.
All right, buddy.
Mike, appreciate it.
All right, talk soon. Thanks.
Jordy, it's funny how it always goes back to recruiting. I don't care what sport, what level. If you can call the pros recruiting with drafts and free agents. It all goes back to recruiting and focusing on the college football. That's what wins games. Players win. Good. Somebody posted after the Alabama game saying, great players beat good players just about every time.
Always. It's always about, that's the #1 formula of success on any level, any sport. That's the top priority. You got to get players. You got to recruit. You got to do it.
We mentioned the Tiger basketball team got off to a start with a win last night at home. Had a big crowd. I heard a lot of students were there. That's very good.
Over 10,000.
Yeah, against Southeastern, who will be a decent club in their conference. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and let you hear from the Tiger basketball coach, Will Wade, former basketball player Jordy Hultberg right here. I'm Tommy Christ saying where Scoreboards has got it going on. Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, boiled snow crabs, boiled shrimp, the corn, the sausage, the potatoes. Don't forget, this Saturday, it's game day all day. Open at 11 a.m. $1 draft beer. $1. $1 Fritos with chili and cheese on the nachos. All the way to kickoff when you can get the snow crabs during the LSU-Arkansas game. We will have the Pelican Sports post-game show live here on the soundstage immediately following LSU and Arkansas. Sunday, all-you-can-eat tailgate barbecue all day. Kids under 12 eat free. They're family-friendly here at Scoreboards. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'll be blowing this up in the next couple of days.
It's a fun environment. It's got a good vibe to it. There's people in here right now. They're enjoying some food, having some beverages. There's flat screen TVs everywhere in the building. The food is fabulous. I've tried just about everything, and it's really, really good. It's well worth it. Come on out. Lunch specials each and every day, and then the weekends with snow crabs and the barbecue on Sunday. Man, it is top shelf here at Scoreboards.
Open every day at 11 a.m. Make plans to stop by now. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, hear from Tiger basketball coach Will Wade. We're spreading the roar from Scoreboards right here on Tigers Roar, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans. Stay with us.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside in Gonzales.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Football season is certainly not over. 3 games remaining, a chance to get to 10 wins. Respectable bowl game. Win an 11th game at a bowl game if you can take care of business. But Will Wade's basketball team has begun. A lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement. Over 10,000 in there tonight. What I liked hearing was there were a lot of students there.
Yes.
You played in a day when the students camped out for 2 days. That's an important part of the Deaf Dome is students being in there, being loud, and loving the Tigers.
The Wade Brigade, absolutely.
Is that what they're called, the Wade Brigade?
I think they should. Wade Brigade, yes. And look, it's a young team. It's got a good mix of freshmen, talented freshmen, some returnees, and you know, and you put it all together. He's got more depth. He can rotate players in and out. He can go big. He can go small. He's got a good team. And they certainly got out the gate in a hurry.
All right, here is Tiger basketball coach after their win against the Lions of Southeastern. Here's Will Wade, Tiger basketball coach.
I was really pleased with our, first off, I want to thank the fans. I thought the crowd was unbelievable. I think we had like 1,500, 1,600 students. I thought the student section was great. I couldn't believe how many folks were there. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, especially late on a Tuesday night. I thought that was awesome. So hopefully the students will come back and fans will come back and they liked what they saw. But I thought our team fed off that. I thought the first half we played very, very well. You know, I wish we'd have shared the ball a little bit better on offense. I wish we'd have dove in on a couple loose balls. But overall, I thought we played well. I thought they had a hard time seeing the basket early on in the game. I thought we did a good job defensively early on and made sure that their guys didn't get off and get going. So I was proud of our effort there. Proud of our effort on the glass, out rebounding them by 11, 19 offensive rebounds. I thought that was really good. Anytime you make more free throws than the other team shoots, that's good. But we certainly have some defensive lapses and some things we need to clean up based on the second half of the game. So overall, it was good, but we got a lot of work to do. We got a really, really good UNC Greensboro team coming in here on Friday. Tremendous ball club, a team that could be, you know, like Loyola was last year, or one of those mid-major, you know, darlings in the NCAA tournament. So be a big big challenge for us. We got a lot of work to do between now and Friday.
Coach, the movement on offense, how did it look in terms of guys, even with and without the ball?
Well, I thought we moved the ball well. We had balanced scoring where we have 6 guys in double figures and another guy with 9. So I thought our scoring was balanced. I wish we'd have shared the ball a little bit more. Thought we had a little bit too much one-on-one sometimes. I thought a couple of our threes weren't very good shots. We're going to be we're a really good three-point shooting team. We didn't shoot it well tonight. I don't know if it was jitters or we hadn't shot enough in the main arena, but I'm not all that concerned about that. But I think we shot it well from the free throw line. But I thought I have to go back and look at the film. But I thought overall our ball movement was pretty good. Anytime you scored 94 points, I think you're doing pretty well. And we kind of put the brakes on there the last 6 to 8 minutes of the game. We only had 9 turnovers. We had 6 in the first half, only 3 in the second half. 2 in the first half were killers. We had 2 transition turnovers, which just kill you.
How much did you guys feed off the energy of Emmett on the offensive glass and Marlon coming off the bench?
Yeah, I thought both those guys bring great energy. You know, that's what we see every day in practice. Marlon didn't get cleared to play till this morning. He had been kind of limited in practice, and he had practiced the last couple of days, but he didn't get cleared to play till he had an appointment at 7:45 this morning. And they cleared him. So I thought, you know, he did a great job. He does what he does. He got on the offensive glass. I thought the free throw offensive rebound was just a tremendous play. You guys know I love those. I thought that was a phenomenal play. And you know, Emmett, that's what he does. He guards. He's tenacious on the glass. I mean, some of those rebounds, he's the only guy in the gym who can get them. And you like it when that guy plays on your team. So I thought Emmett did a really, really nice job. I thought Nas did a nice job. I thought the young guys, you know, you see it in practice, but you never know how it's going to be when the lights come on. And I thought they played well with the lights on.
That stretch from 1340 in the first half to 325.
We clamped them down on defense. We did a great job defensively. We turned our defense into offense. We did a great job getting to the foul line, getting in the paint. We reached all 5 goals on our goals board today, so it was a good way to get it started.
What was just kind of your assessment of Nas? You know, not only offensively but defensively as well.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. He was active. You know, we put him on the ball on baseline out of bounds. He got a couple deflections. I thought our activity on defense. I thought our hands were really good. That's a point of emphasis for us, is just being more handsy on defense. I thought, you know, we got over 40 deflections for a game, which we got like 2 times all of last year, and we got it in the first game. So I thought that was really good. That shows we were active. Our hands. We had 27 in the first half, which is just phenomenal. In terms of deflections, so I was really proud of that, and Nas certainly contributed to that.
He maybe didn't have quite as big numbers, but Javante seemed to have a really solid, steady game.
So he is steady Eddie. Yeah, he did a great job. You know, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. I thought our defense was good. You know, we were all over the place, hunting steals and turning that into offense. I thought Tremont did a good job with that. But Javante, that's what he is. He's just tough. He makes the right play. You trust him out there, and I was very, very proud of him.
What did you think of Parker Edwards there at the end?
How about that? That was something else. You know, I talked to our guys. You know, they started 3 kids from Louisiana in their backcourt, and so you talk to your guys leading into the game about, you know, those guys going off because, you know, they all want to play against LSU, and we made a huge point of emphasis. We didn't want to give them clean looks early in the game, because we give them clean looks and guys can go off like that. And they've got guys that are capable of that. And then sure enough, you know, Edwards, his first 3 was a wide open transition 3 on a miscommunication by one of our guys and just a total blown coverage. And he sees the ball go in, and then the rim gets just huge, and we let him get going. But we got to do a better job. I know people enjoyed seeing that, but to me that's embarrassing. That we can't guard him, we can't do that. We've got to do a much better job there. And you know, you think that's something. Wait till you see the cat UNC Greensboro has. So we got some work to do between now and Friday.
Well, you keep stats on just about everything. Any idea what the shooting percentage does against on possessions where you get a deflection as opposed to ones where you don't, last year or just in general?
I mean, just in general, when you get a deflection, I mean, it just disrupts their offense. So I mean, they're not gonna shoot a high percentage when that happens. I thought our activity on defense in the first half was extremely good. I thought we got not only deflections, but I can't think of hardly any of their shots that were not contested, where we didn't have guys flying at them. We had 2 guys fly at them one time, and Darius fouled the guy on the flyby contest. But I mean, that was just tremendous effort by our guys, and I was very, very pleased with how we played in the first half.
After having to rely on Tremont so much last year, how nice is it to see him only have 9 points and for you guys to be able to put up his
Well, that's not nice. I'd like him to have more than 9 points and more assists than 2 assists, but I get your point. We have other options. If Tremont had that stat line last year, we'd have certainly been in a dogfight or have lost, which I totally understand. But you know, he's going to play really well for us, and he's worked really hard. And tonight, obviously, wasn't one of his best nights. He had he had one of the transition turnovers and that sort of thing. But I thought he as he settled in, he played better. He got a little injured there at the beginning. He got knocked down, and I think that affected him a little bit. But I expect him to come back strong and play really, really well on Friday night.
Before tonight, you talked a lot about Tremont and his ability to kind of zip the ball in there, you know, from a season ago to now. It's obviously a lot better. What did you think about his passing tonight? He had a couple balls where he zipped it in there through tight windows.
Yeah, I thought it was a great off that roll replace action early in the first half. He threw that thing on a rope to Emmett, and where only Emmett could catch it. It was pretty impressive. So he's doing well, and you know, like I said, those guys are learning to play together, and we'll continue to get better. But it's good to play 3-point guards together. Only turned the ball over 9 times, 3 times in the second half. I was very, very pleased with that. That's the whole point of what we're trying to do.
At one point in the first half, you went big with Reed and Big B Williams, and it seems like y'all kind of struggled to rebound. Is that just a chemistry thing? What do you think?
No, they've been playing together. We actually started both of them together in the scrimmages. It was just one of those things that it's tough to play them together when the other team doesn't have two huge bigs either. Does that make sense? I mean, you know, Greenwood's 6'5", 6'6". He's a hoss now. He's a hoss, an offensive rebounder. They do a great job getting him the ball, but it's a tough matchup for our bigger guys when they're out there chasing them and running around the perimeter. So it makes it hard to play both of those guys together. And those rebounds were coming in space, which gives the advantage to the smaller guy. You know, those two are built more for just a power game under the basket and just kind of slog it out. I thought Cavell improved as the game went on. He had a couple rebounds slip to his hand. He grabbed a couple tough rebounds there late in the game, which I was proud of.
Coach, Skylar said before that the team had seen the tribute video beforehand, but I just want to know, what was that moment like when it actually was playing and the crowd and everything?
It was tough. I mean, I've seen it a bunch and it doesn't get any easier. So I showed it to his parents. I went by his parents' house on Sunday night, and we showed it to his parents to make sure they were good with it, and then we showed it to the team yesterday afternoon after practice, and you know, it's touching. So it was certainly tough to show it to the team, and it was tough to see it on the video board, and you know, but hopefully Faye and Wayne will have a good memory with the video. I thought it was very, very well done, and you know, he's going to be with us, and we're going to keep fighting for him.
Yeah, what did it mean to you to present them with the game ball and have them be presented with the flag?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, TAF's idea with the flag was tremendous. That's the first time they've ever done that, and you know, just to give them the game ball and for us to play and honor him, you know, honor him that way, I thought was, you know, was good. I mean, you know, we can't do anything to bring him back, which is what we all want. So the best we can do is honor him, and you know, his parents are going to be with us, you know, all year, and as long as we're here, they're going to stay involved in our program, and we're going to keep honoring him and trying to move forward as best we can.
We continue with Tigers Roar here on at Scoreboards on Pelican Sports TV. Should be a fun, interesting basketball season. You made a comment earlier. They got some non-conference games. Get ready for conference play.
They've got the competition's going to ramp up, but I understand the process. I understand schedule right early, and then go from there. Now, if you can get this group to stay together for another year, I think you'll see a much better non-conference schedule next year.
You know, a lot of people didn't know what to expect with Will Wade, but he hit the ground running when he was first hired, and he's pushed a lot of right buttons since. And if nothing else, he's created some excitement and enthusiasm about the program, which lacked a little bit in years before that.
Yeah, as evidenced by over 10,000 people in the arena for a game of that nature. So good for them. Good.
Yeah, even the Lady Tigers opened with a win.
How about that? Yeah.
Against a good Sam Houston team.
We got to give a shout out. We got to give a shout out to Brian Lee and the soccer team.
Yeah.
They won the SEC tournament. They will be hosting the NCAA first-round matchup this Sunday against the Boston University Terriers at the LSU soccer field. So congratulations to them.
Get out to the soccer field on Sunday. Good job, Coach Brian Lee. He's been on this program before.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, the boiled snow crabs, the boiled shrimp, the corn, sausage, potatoes. Happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. Open daily at 11 a.m. Express lunch menu. And this Saturday coming up, the day LSU plays Arkansas, all day, game day tailgate. $1 draft beer, $1 nachos with chili and cheese, all the way till kickoff. LSU Arkansas, they'll have the game on, volume up, 6:30 kick. And then after the LSU Arkansas game, we'll have the Pelican Sports post-game show live here on the sound stage at Scoreboard Sunday, open 11 a.m. All you can eat.
Saints, baby. Who dat?
Tailgate and barbecue.
Who
Kids
dat?
under 12 eat free. Family friendly here at Scoreboards. All you can eat tailgate barbecue Sunday. The Saints play at 12 noon against Cincinnati on the road.
I don't want to sound gluttonous, but I've got my my bread pudding to top off the night. Oh my gosh. Can you just carry the show off from here?
Yeah, we don't have much left, but
Okay.
you can eat. You're probably going to get some more.
I have
of
a
that.
tapeworm. I got to just feed it.
His favorite thing to order when it comes to bread pudding is seconds.
Well done.
Yeah, you like that? How about that?
Darn tootin'.
All right, and hey, don't forget to connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, with Scoreboards and with Pelican Broadcasting, for that matter. It's a great way to keep up with what's going on, special events. Had Michael Lewis, Saints Hall of Famer, in here Tuesday at lunch on the Sports Update with Kate. So you never know what you might catch, but if you connect on social media, you'll be able to keep up with it.
The Beer Man?
The Beer Man was
The Beer
here.
Man.
Saints Hall of Famer. He
Ice cold
signed the
Beer Man.
locker room over there.
There you go.
Where you signed it. So he was really, really good. So good guy, working with kids in New Orleans. True story of hard work. Did not played 1 year of high school football, no college football.
Had to
He's
work.
in the Saints Hall of Fame. Was a Pro Bowler in 2002. We'll take our final break of the night, come back and put a wrap. From Scoreboards, we're asking you to spread the roar. Tigers Roar here on Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, HardiePlank siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
All right, don't forget to connect with Scoreboards on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Jordy Helper, we want to thank Mike Scarborough.
Nice crowd. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate that.
Thank the crowd over here.
Thank you guys.
Right.
Thank you very much.
And some other folks here in the building tonight. Hey, you're invited each and every Wednesday about 5:30. We're doing this. The next 3 football games, post-game show live right after the game.
They didn't throw anything at us.
Not yet.
That's good.
Jordy Helper, Tommy Christ, I appreciate everybody watching. We'll talk to you again soon.
It's time to find out the truth about health insurance.
True or false? I can't get health insurance because I missed the open enrollment period. False.
If you had a life change such as moving, getting married, having a child, or a job loss, you are eligible to buy a new policy.
I don't have a life-changing event, so I can't get health insurance. False.
You can purchase affordable short-term policies even if it's not open enrollment.
I have to spend hours shopping around for an insurance policy that's right for me. False.
Call Healthcare will connect you with licensed agents that do the work for you, comparing hundreds of options, making sure you get a policy that fits all your needs at the best price.
Call now and we'll connect you to a licensed agent that will answer all your questions. The call and the service are free, so what are you waiting for?
Call Healthcare, getting the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.